Pastor Scott, there are a lot of pastors listening to this who maybe can feel some of the stress. You've led an incredible church. It's over 100-year-old church, taking over for your father and leading through huge transition over 3 decades of transitions. Share a little bit about your story and what it was like leading through some of those stressful transitions.
Yeah, well, so I started when I was 19 with my dad at this church. So I've been here 34 years at the same church. The first 12, I was a youth pastor with my dad. 2 years after that, associate before I became the pastor. I'll tell you what, when I was youth pastor and associate pastor, watching my dad go through the pain of everything he went through. I mean, you understand our church, when he took it, was running 200 and it had been running 1,500. So it'd gone from 1,500 to 200. They were in debt 1.7 million and going in the hole 10,000 every month. Now, I don't know how those numbers don't feel as daunting to me now because we're on the other side. But then we had to shut down the school, our private school, because we couldn't pay the bills. So it wasn't, I mean, it was like we had to choose, do we want to be a school or do we want to be a church? Because church ain't going to live, you know, and then the school won't live either. So we had to shut it down. I mean, it was so painful. Board members telling my dad, we've outlived the last 2 pastors, will outlive you. You do what we say, or we'll hold back our tithe. I mean, God, and you know what the stress of that was? I couldn't do anything.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I'm sitting at home hearing the story. My dad's confiding in me. We're talking about it, but I can't go in the board meeting and do anything. I can't go change it. And so I started having panic attacks going like, my dad's going to die of a heart attack.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's crashing and it's my fault. And why is it my fault? It's not my fault, but it was in my mind. If I could do better, if I could help him more, if I could make a change. And man, I was hurt. I was having nightmares. I couldn't sleep. I mean, it was just really intense. And so that was that. I mean, but then I've had the stress that when I became the pastor, I inherited that we were stuck. And now we weren't at 200, we were at 650, but we'd been stuck for 10 years at 650, couldn't bust through, and I didn't know what to do. I'm sitting there, and I just became the pastor, lead pastor with all the guys I'd been on staff with for 10, all those years. So now I'm stepping. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. We moved the church from that location to a new location 12 miles away, which was very hard when the church is 85 years old and everybody feels like you're trying to say we're moving the temple from Jerusalem to somewhere else. I mean, they had all the baby dedications there, their weddings there, their funerals there, their salvations there. I mean, that was pretty intense. And then on top of that, I know what it's like to have family stress with my own kids. My youngest son, when it was his senior year, coming in and telling me, hey, I'm about to graduate next week, Dad, but I feel like it's time probably now to just let you know I don't believe in God and I'm not going to go that way. Not mad at you, not mad at Mom, not trying to rebel. I love you all, but I just haven't experienced what y'all have experienced, saying God's real. I just haven't ever experienced that. I'm going to have to go a different way. And the crushing in my soul. Yeah. Talk about the stress. You know what I told God? I said, like, this works, but you start bargaining. Your grief is the bargaining. And I go, I'll give up all the ministry. If I got to quit and go take a secular job for it to be safe, like that was anything to do with it. But I was just desperate saying, I can't do all this ministry and then lose my son.
No. Nope.
And so it's just stress upon stress in all different kinds of ways,